I think he's been masking and he didn't want to tell me the truth. That is part of his autism. So I have to understand him.
You know, I want you to remember this about their relationship so far. This whole autistic talk, in my opinion, has gone too far because look at it this way. Remember Cleo? Cleo was on it before with Christian, right? The only time she would reference her autism was when Christian would put her into situations that were uncomfortable, whether that be taking her out to a bar or club where there's flashing lights, music, and too many people. And of course, she would explain that being in an environment like that was very challenging for her because of autism, but she still did what she could to stomach it, all right? And then also at the same time, when she went to the airport to pick him up, she went there with her headphones on because, of course, she needed to block out just all the madness that was going on. Something that was portrayed by Niles earlier in the season when he was at airport too. Granted, okay? And it's something that he has referenced to. But I myself in particular have never witnessed anyone with autism who uses their autism as an excuse for their behavior. There is explaining why you just do certain things, and then there's an excuse to it too. Now, I understand masking is something that people autistic can do, but each time Niles does anything wrong that involves lying or let me not say lying, but when he does anything that involves him not saying the full story, he always says, it's my autism. And now you got Matilda, you know, convinced that, oh, you know what, Niles did me wrong because of his autism. I'm just saying, I'm not knocking the fact that he's autistic. I'm knocking the fact that I believe he uses autism as an excuse to why he does certain things. A bit like Brian uses his wheelchair as a way to gain sympathy from others. But let's continue.
Because of my autism, the truth is already not so easy for me to come forth with. Now we want to throw curses into the mix. Good.
Do you see what I'm saying? We started with Matilda saying it for him because of what he keeps saying. So she's not wrong. She's just saying that I'm forgiving him because of this, because of his autism. Now he's out here talking about because of my autism, blah, blah, blah. Why is everything because? Niles has this thing where I feel like he doesn't really want to admit accountability. Because there was even a time, I don't know if it was last episode or episode before that, where the producer even called him out. They even asked him a question about, but the whole time, you know, Matilda was talking about the wedding, why didn't you speak up and say anything then? And remember how he put his head down and was like, no comment. You see what I'm saying? He's aware of the fact that he's withheld information. And also on top of that, hold on a minute.
I don't know why he's saying that. He never told my mom that he planned to get married to me on this trip.
You see that there? The fact that he keeps bringing this technicality out. He's like, but Matilda, when did I actually say I was going to marry you on this trip? Then to now say that he wants to tell her parents or tell her mummy that, but he never told her that. But bro, that doesn't mean a single thing because the whole time Matilda's been talking about this before you even flew. Don't act like as if we're stupid to the truth. The truth is this. You legit just did not want to say anything because you did not want her to reject you. So therefore you went there with the hopes that she was going to then accept your real intentions because you was there at face value. Rather than doing it when you was in the States, because therefore she'd have been in the power to just cancel the whole meet and therefore you wouldn't be there right here, right now. The matter of the fact is, I believe that he's in full control of his actions regarding withheld information and then also twisted information to better him. And then when it gets a little bit sticky, he would say, because of my autism. And I'm pretty sure that scene when the producer asked him the question, it was literally after he had said, because of my autism, I mask things. But then he was called out and he, boom, boom. And remember, this guy has been constructing everything. He was like, I'm going to go and get her the promise ring. And you know what? I'm going to spend a bit more than I should just to soften up the blow. Oh, I'm going to buy her clothes just to soften up the blow. That's somebody who is in control of what he's doing. He, in my opinion, is weaponizing his autism has an excuse to why he's doing what he's doing, rather than just being honest. There's a difference. Let's say, for example, he said, as an autistic person, sometimes I struggle to get things out, so therefore I will end up masking things, but I understand that I'm wrong for that, so therefore I apologize. But he doesn't do that. He sits there and legit goes, well, because of my autism, this is why I did it, and basically you got to put up with it or whatever. So I'm just not taking any accountability. He has the ability to take accountability, and when I say take accountability, I'm saying that he has the ability to be like, you know what, I hear you, I understand you, and I apologize. He doesn't do that. Not properly anyway.
If he says that to my family, they would think that he's a liar and
It's probably accept for the knocking. But the problem is that after the knocking, they are giving you 2 months for the marriage ceremony.
Matilda's
To be fair, the family would have never been wrong to then believe that Niles was a liar and also he was being disrespectful. Now, here's the thing, you know, I would say that if anything, if I was in the family position, I would have found him more disrespectful than more than a liar, to be honest, because the matter of the fact is you have misled our daughter for God knows how many months or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? And because you've misled her, you've also misled us, because she's been screaming in the whole freaking village that, hey, guess what? My husband is coming to marry me. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes, husband is coming to marry me because in her mind, he's already a husband. Just to clarify that. I don't want no one being like, don't you mean her fiancé is coming to marry her? Don't be a smart ass now. I know what I'm saying. And let's be real. The moment that we know we're going to marry someone, who the hell refers to their partner as their fiancé? Let's keep it a buck.
Matilda's feeding me everything to say at this moment because I just do not want to say something that's not true and end up getting cursed.
It's funny, ever since the barber told him about how he would get cursed if he doesn't believe the things that he's saying, he's not authentic. The barber told him he'd get cursed, and now he's really on about, okay, well, that means I can't really be technical like I would be and try and be a sly little So I'm gonna have to ask her to say everything for me, just so you know. I don't get cursed. Damn, if she had told him that he could get cursed from the very get-go, maybe he would have kept everything 100 from the very, very beginning. And to be fair with you, like, Niles is quite contradictory because, listen, at the beginning of the season, he literally says, sometimes social cues can be an issue for me, and sometimes people being around me can be difficult because I'm just so straightforward and blunt about everything, okay? And then soon after, he now starts talking about masking. Bro, which one are you? Are you the kind of person that masks things or the kind of person that's blunt and straightforward, therefore it makes people uncomfortable or whatever? Pick your war, because he hasn't mentioned that since. He only mentioned it at the very, very beginning. Since then, everything's been about masking. I'm telling you, this guy is a clued up dude and he knows exactly what he's doing, okay? He thinks he's smart, but I'm onto him. Because some people think just because they have, you know, just because they're diagnosed with something, they can use it as a distraction to their real intentions. Brian is obviously far worse, but he's not that much different in terms of weaponizing something for his own benefit. And I know I've got autistic subscribers, right? Viewers, and let me know your thoughts. I really want to know. I want to know the thoughts of somebody that's actually, I want to know. I know obviously there's people who, like myself, have worked with people who are autistic, or people who are actually in a family where they're raising someone. So I know there's people who we have that kind of experience, but I want to hear from the people that are actually it. Do you see what I'm saying? Actually autistic. Let's remove the it, okay? Come on now.
It's like, I'm going to try and work out some details, but I want to do the knocking on this trip because that's my promise that I will indeed come back. I am going to need some time to do so.
like you see, they want to make time.
So Niles has, well, they said they give him 2 to 3 months to come back and marry their daughter. He's saying, well, I don't know. I have to, you know, I have to be honest with you. That's probably the most honest thing that he's actually said so far in this what do you call it? In this episode, to be fair. The fact that he was like, okay, I can't guarantee that. Let me let you know. But you know what, do you know what Niles is gonna do, right? He's the kind of person that would do this. He'll be like, okay, all I said to you guys was that, okay, I'll come back with a date, but I never agreed to 2 to 3 months. And he'll say this like when it's like month 4, month 5, a year later, but I never agreed to it. Listen, man, but to be fair though, I understand why he does it, because he obviously doesn't want to commit, but at the same time though, he also does it because he, instead of being fully honest, he fears that if he's fully honest that he can't meet that timeline, that obviously the wedding won't happen. So therefore he'll try and mask it, as he says, okay? Yeah, and then he'll be like, well, more just, yeah. Either way, the preview though for next episode shows that apparently they meet somebody else who says no, they have to marry now. So I guess I have to wait and see obviously what happens with that preview for the following episode. But as of this one itself in particular, he's obviously said this and they've obviously accepted it. So we'll leave it as that. Nonetheless, though, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm pretty sure I probably said a lot of unpopular things, but hey ho, it is what it is. Let me know. Peace.